Hi, Baddies. Welcome to Auntie Amy's Trashy Tarot. And I am so glad all of you are here today. I know things are a little rough out there in the world, and I invite you to come and spend some time with me. I'm going to remind you of how powerful you truly are. I think all of us need to hear that right now. This is a very spirit led reading, and I'm just really glad all of you guys are here. If this is your first time to my channel, hi, hello, it's wonderful to have you, and I hope you guys will stick around. If you're a returning subscriber or member, it's always good to connect with your energy, and I appreciate all you do for the channel, and I'm so glad you're here, and I hope you guys are taking care of yourself. All right, so as you see before you, there are 4 cards. We're doing 4 different groups today. I don't do that often, but as I said, this is a spirit-led reading. All my readings are, but spirit is very involved in this one to be particular. So we're doing 4 groups here. Your guides are all around. I have a big gathering today of spirits. So we're going to be pulling as I go today. And yeah, so I will include a video with these cards so you can take some time to see which group you vibe with, okay? You may be connected to more than one group or pulled to more than one group. If you are, there may be more than one message here for you. All right. And with that said, I'll see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys.
Wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot.
Hey, Group 1, all of you that selected the Invisible Man, this is going to be your reading, reminding you why you are so powerful. I feel like a lot of us are feeling very disempowered, just in general right now with all the astrology and the stuff going on in the world. So Spirit was like, this is the time to do this reading again. I did this reading about a year ago, and a lot of stuff has changed, hasn't it? So let's get into it and see why you are so powerful. So powerful. All right. So keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's a general session. So, take what resonates, use your own discernment. Okay. These type of readings really are for you to sharpen your tool of discernment and your own psychic ability, as well as me sharing my own gifts and abilities. All right, so Spirit, I have so many guides, God forms around me today. And I feel yours, they took my breath away. I feel yours moving in with this energy, the invisible one. The invisible one, they're telling me. Okay. We have Arishia Gal. I'm probably saying that wrong. Okay, so please forgive me. Queen of Shadows. Wrath, instability, and suspicion. I feel like this card does not do her justice. An underworld goddess. Ancient, cosmic energy here. Tell me more about my Group 1. Ancient energy you have. Mighty is your hand. Golden Empress, my crown just opened up. Jewel of Abydos, potency, confidence, magnetism. Now look at these 2 energies presenting. Light and shadow. Feminine and masculine energy in action. You feel very balanced. If you aren't, I feel like you're getting there. And it really fuels a balanced resolution, an evolution in your consciousness that really comes forward in everything you do. It makes you extremely powerful because you are the invisible one and you see into invisible realms and you can blend in invisible ways. It makes you extremely powerful. They're saying the top card here, Lady of Masks, the Shaper, reclamation, reclamation, vanity, surface appearances. Sorry, I had to cough. This feels like one of the things you're so powerful at is you see through people's masks, the invisible one. You see beyond the veil of people. You're like a human lie detector at times, and it scares people. People can't get away with shit around you. They really, really can't. I feel like there is a fearful thing with that. And I feel this rising energy. And I don't know if you watched The Handmaid's Tale, but I get a figure of June. June later in the series when she is had enough. And she goes rogue and she kind of fights back. I don't want to give the plot away in case you haven't seen it. But I feel that here as if you in your life where you are right now have taken just about enough. You can't take anymore. And you have seen so much and you've been awake for a while. And it's as if something is rising within the invisible one. And it's not that you're invisible, people can't see you. It's that you choose to walk in an invisible way because you see more that way. You listen to what people say. You watch what they do. And the bewitchment is from you. You're not bewitched by the world anymore. We have envy and temptation. Oh. One of the things you're very powerful, a seed of your power. I'm being pulled to Dear Woman here. You may be indigenous. If you are, please look at this wonderful story of the Dear Woman. Okay. I'm not familiar with this goddess here. It feels like it feels very fey to me. I feel like at times when you choose to be seen, and this may be why you choose not to be seen that often, is because people are tempted by you. People become very envious of you when you're seen. And it's a natural reaction to your intensity. It's a natural reaction to your power. And I feel like for this group, there are times you've chosen to use this to your advantage. And I feel like if you haven't, you're being called to do that now. Use this power of your beauty, the power of your presence to your advantage. Because although you are the invisible one, I feel like we're morphing from being invisible for some of you, not all of you, into being the one who sees into the invisible realms. I feel like you've always done that, but you have over-identified with the invisibility and been an invisible seer and not allowed people to see you. And now we're moving into this being seen. And, it feels like walking into the seat of your power. And your power is bewitching, okay? Your power is tempting. Your power pulls and draws people in with magnetism. And I feel like you can use this ability for your own personal gain if you want, and there is nothing wrong with using your inborn abilities for personal gain. Um, you know, everyone has to eat, you know, but also there is a higher manifestation of you using your gifts and abilities. Okay, there's a higher, um, there's a higher, I'm going to call it timeline. Okay, you can call it vibration, you can call it reality, you can call it experience, okay, of you using these gifts to leverage other energies for the betterment of not just yourself, but those around you. It's almost like a superpower. Okay, let's pull some more cards here. Tell me more about my group one. Why are they so powerful? Your beauty, your attraction is powerful. And you may be saying, and I say this all the time in my readings, I'm going to say it here. Auntie Amy, I am not beautiful. Listen, this is other people. First of all, you are. Okay, I don't want to argue with you. Okay, so stop it. But this is about also how other people see you. Okay, how other people interpret you. You need to own your power. If you're having issues with like what you look like, and I understand this, a lot of this could come from trauma. You need to start facing the reality of, you know, your power of attraction. If you're working through that, keep working through it, okay? I swear I have another card in here. It peeks out every time. There it is. Okay. Every time I shuffled this deck, I could not catch it. And there I did. So here we go. Let's knock this deck around. Okay, tell me more about the power of my group one. This one? This one right here? Okay, we have the Emperor. That's power. Okay, that's a very strong masculine energy. We all have masculine and feminine energy. So that's nothing about gender. Okay, power and control. The ability to manifest in your environment. Okay, the ability to make intense change in your environment. You're magical in the stream of your ability to blend in and your ability to pop out and be seen. And I feel like you can do this when you choose. Okay. Some of you, though, are really called to be seen with this Golden Empress. You are magnetic, okay? You're meant to be confident in who you are. And once you really step into that, I'm going to put that right there. Once you really step into this, everything's going to start to pop for you, okay? Some of you you've been shaking your own masks off. You've been letting them go, which is difficult. And you can see the power of focus in her eyes. No more hiding. No more shrinking of self. No more resistance to the magic of who you are so that others feel better. Now, sometimes group one may do that because there's a need for information. There's a need to observe for leverage. There's a need to understand more of what's going on so that we can properly magnetize, we can properly focus so that we can overcome the obstacle or get where we want to be, right? So there are reasons to blend in, but there are very good reasons to be seen as well. And I think a lot of you are being called to be seen. That's your power. That's your power in the next evolution of self. Bravery, because you are brave. She is brave. She is brave. Nurture. She is nurturing. Tell me more. She is brave. She is nurturing. I'm getting nurturing intelligence. She has destiny. I feel like there may be some people who find you to be, what is this card? The Morgane. the Morgan. She has righteous anger. I got chills. I feel like this card right here with the snake, I'm feeling the energy of really nurturing your own divine wisdom and intelligence. You have found power there and divine connection to these spirits around you. They're coming forward here. I feel like the destiny here, the voice of destiny that you hear, the presence of destiny you feel around you, speaks to you. It speaks to your heart. Your anger that you feel about what's going on in the world is valid and it's righteous. And you're brave because you acknowledge it. You're brave because you feel moved by this. You're powerful because you are all these things. And you do not let the fear, the anxiety of the moment deter you from your destiny. Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper into this. Tell me more. Tell us more. You are the emperor. You are the empress. You are the ruler. We have emperor, empress. We are balanced in our masculine and feminine energy. We know who we are. I think you are very attuned to why you are here, face. Seeing beyond masks, seeing beyond the illusion, not allowing people, places, or things to get you off your goal, your higher calling. I feel like you are aligned with your higher self. It's very powerful. I feel like when your higher self speaks, you listen. You acknowledge that it's your higher self, or an angel, or your spirits, or ancestors. You acknowledge the other, the invisible. I feel like you walk the invisible realms. And it is one of your superpowers. Woo! We have children of the night. There you are. There is the underworld energy coming forward. You are at home among the invisible ones. The realm of night. The realm of shadow. It's your home. In many ways. It feels safe there. Because for many of you, it is your essence. And you acknowledge this. One more came out. We have dance. I feel like with the dance card, you know, the movie is Suspiria. And I feel like no matter what is set out against you, you find a way. And there has been struggles, major struggles in your life. And I feel like people who see your talent many times are very threatened by it. People are threatened by your presence. They're threatened by your beauty because it's powerful, okay? And your presence makes some people very uncomfortable. Pay attention to those people, okay? Because they're fearing something. They're fearing this righteous anger, the Morgan, the Morgaine. I love to call her the Morgaine. We have bravery, Sekhmet. Ooh, she's powerful, y'all. Ooh, she's powerful. We got several cards here. I don't want to take all those, but we're going to take, let's see that. What that? that, and that. Okay. All right. We have, okay, we have the Ten of Swords there. We have the, what is this? The Ten of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. We have a lot of reversals here. We have the Three of Pentacles in reverse, and we have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. One reason you're powerful is no matter how people try to get you to quit, no matter how people try to fuck up your money, your career, your destiny, no matter how people try to block you around your like creativity, your inspirations, I feel like you keep going. I feel like you dig deep. I'm not saying you don't get upset. Okay. It feels like you keep going. You overcome. You go back, you sow some more seeds. You work harder. And you may be a Capricorn. I feel somebody who is unafraid to put in hard work. No matter what everyone else says about the situation. And I do think that if you sow seeds in a relationship and, you know, the connection seems off or the connection doesn't seem to go anywhere, like you get like any hint that there isn't meat to it, there isn't substance, you're out. Okay. Your cutoff game is intense. Are you a Scorpio? I don't think you put up with any bullshit or nonsense from people. I think you are unafraid to be alone. I think you are unafraid to work by yourself. You don't care who's watching. I feel like whether people are watching you or not, you're on your game. And I feel like when it comes to inspirations, you don't rely on other people to inspire you. Your inspiration comes from within. You're a badass. You're a badass. And you're probably pretty quiet. You're quiet about it. You're not loud. You know, if you're loud, then this may be part of your makeup, okay? But for a lot of you who resonate with a lot of this reading, I feel like a lot of you are not loud people. You move in silence like the invisible ones. The invisible ones is not just about not being seen. It's about being quiet, doing things quietly, and then surprising people with the fact that, you know, you aren't going to put up with nonsense. You're not going to work with people who are full of shit. And you are going to go for what you know you're worth. And, you know, when you move differently, it upsets people. That's a quote I love to use on my community page because it does. When you know your worth, you move differently, and it does upset people because you don't put up with people's noise anymore in your personal life and professionally and in the world, in society. And it can draw out reluctant leaders, people who don't really want to be a leader. People who are more introverted have to come out and be more extroverted, like the birthing of the Golden Empress, the birthing of a confident voice who has so much to share, but really would rather not. But that's your power, because people sense the humility here. Even though there's a lot of confidence, even though there's a lot of radiant energy, even though you are the Golden Empress or Emperor or royalty, they sense this earthiness to you, this humility, and it makes you so relatable. And that makes you extremely powerful because that brings people to you. That brings opportunity to you. That brings you into different rooms that you would never be in before, because you have this powerful ability to be approachable, relatable, and share your gifts and abilities in ways that you probably haven't considered before. And they kind of fall into your lap. All right? Okay, group one, that's what I received for you. I really enjoyed doing this reading. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I would love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I will see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys. Hey, group two, all of you that selected American Psycho, this is going to be your reading reminding you why you are so powerful. All right. Oops. So keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's a general session. So just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Use your own discernment. Okay. All right. So let's get some cards here. I feel the spirits gathering. I feel the energies coming forward. Tell me about American Psycho. Why are they so powerful? Let's remind them of their power. Oh, this one flopped out. We have child orphan, independent based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of surviving. Woo, that's intense. It feels like you're a fighter, and it's not. Here's the thing. People who fight like this have had no choice. This isn't someone who's like, oh, it's been so easy becoming a fighter. That's not how it goes. People who are not fighters don't understand this. They won't have the ability to understand how you become such a hardcore champion at life. It's because you don't have a choice. There's no other choices. You're left alone a lot to solve your own problems. Let's take this one. We have mystic, revels in intimate union with the divine. So it feels like you have an intimate connection to your spirits around you. Ancestors, I feel ancestor presence here. I feel like, especially with the American Psycho card, I feel like you really tried to fit in. I think you really, while you were fighting, for a lot of you guys, this is connected to childhood, trying to fit in, trying to be normal, and putting on the mask, like he did in the movie, putting on the mask, doing the thing, but inside there was just so much raging rage. It was rage because of everything that was going on in your life. And you lashing out in your life was you lashing out really at yourself. You did a lot of lashing out at yourself, and you put yourself in situations where you had to learn to survive even more than you already did. I feel like your life has probably been a marathon of survival. And it has not been easy. Which card here? This card here. Okay. We have teacher. Ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom. I think you've gone through so much that you could teach a person a thing or two, which I guess, he did in the movie, right? The hard way. I guess he got his point across. But I really feel like for you, it's been an internal thing. I think you have taken a lot of the blame that wasn't yours to begin with. I think you've taken on a lot of things that weren't yours. And I don't think you look at yourself as a champion at all. I don't think you look at yourself as someone who has a lot to give. And it's probably because you have some kind of diagnosis, okay, that you think probably makes you not be able to have those labels, right? That's not all of you, okay, but a few of you, quite a few. enough for me to say something, okay? And I feel like this is because there's a self-worth issue here. And this reading is coming forward because you need to know how powerful you are in our day and age right now. You need to know that. It needs to register deeply with you because you are needed. Your strength is needed now. Your presence is needed now. What you've been through matters. And you are a great champion. You have a lot to teach other people. You have a lot to show other people. We have atonement of errors over pride. You feel like you have something to atone for, and you don't. I'm trying to make sure this card is something you guys can see. Yeah, we're just going to atonement of errors over pride. I'm just going to leave it over here just to be safe because you know the YouTubes has got rules. So I feel like you atone for things that you don't need to do. You don't need to be atoning for things anymore. You don't need to be sorry. It's time to step into your power if you haven't, okay? All these cards flip, so it's going to be out of these cards right here. All right, that top one. Submission to a higher order over rebellion. It's time for you to rebel. There's power. There's power in your rebellion. And I guess you could say that in a way, he did rebel. He rebelled against the system that didn't work, against the mask he put on. He was never that thing. He was never that mask. You are not meant to be like other people. You are not other people. You are not the herd. You are not the norm. Let me tell you something. You're smarter than them. You see things other people don't see. You might be drawn to group one. You know how to survive. You know a wolf in sheep's clothing. You have a street sense about you. And it's time for you to step into your power. Now, some of you guys are already there, and you know you're a rebel. You know that's your power. And you feel it in your bones bubbling up. Now, how we choose to rebel is important because we don't want to come off chaotically. We don't want to come off unhinged. We want to do it in ways that are powerful, with our voice, with our expression, with our art, with our written word, with our presence. We want to do it in ways that teach others how to be an evolution of self in the world, how to express, how to do this in a way that brings tranquility to the soul, tranquility to the heart, where you are allowed to be authentic in yourself. Expression of this for you is so important. It is your power. Sometimes we rebel with the way we look. You know, we don't look like everyone else. I'll tell you a story. When I was little, I wasn't allowed to wear black growing up. Black was not an okay color. So now my closet is full of black clothes. Like I very rarely wear color of any kind because I just don't like it on me. I don't like it. I'd rather wear black for many reasons. Black is a protective color. And it goes on. It's a mystical color. There's so many reasons for me to wear black. And I just love black. I love the color, you know. So that's me. And some people would say some people I have known in my life would say that's very rebellious. To me, it's just me being me. It's just how I am. So there may be ways that are very simple for you to get into that rebellious vibe. Okay, some of you guys are already there, and you're expressing yourself that way. Sometimes it's what we do for money, what we do for a living, you know, um, our art, how we raise our kids, the cars we drive or don't drive, how we live, our values. And the thing about you, group 2, is you're the kind of person who you may be slow to come to that point where you're like, okay, I have to express this in the world. Okay. But once you do, you stand behind those values. Like, you'll fight for them. You'll fight for the right to party. No, that's a Beastie Boys song. You'll fight for the right to be that in the world, to express that in the world. You commit fully once you're there. Just like this dude did in the movie. Like, I'm not saying, like, I'm not like encouraging that in any way. I'm just saying the character was committed, right? And I also think it's kind of the movie was kind of a, talking point about the insanity of how it was in the 80s, of fitting into these molds and the real corruption and the just classist nature of society at the time, and how really you had to be a ruthless sociopath or psychopath to really get anywhere. Okay. And hence, I'll just let you draw your own conclusions about other things. Okay. So let's pull from these cards right here. I'm not going to pull all of them. So we're just going to pull a few here. I feel like this one is calling. I have to screen it for you because YouTube's. Okay, this one, we're just going to put a finger here. You can't really see anything. We have transformation over making mistakes. You are allowed to make mistakes, but it has transformed you. I feel like being alone has a power all its own. And it transforms you in ways that people who are alone never can understand. When you have very few people in your life and you spend a ton of time alone, you know yourself better than anyone. And you can read people in an intense way. You become extremely kind of concentrated in your energy. And if you work with spirit in any way, your connections to spirit get really intense. Your gifts blossom. That's where the mystic teacher comes in. And it's a blossoming here of a champion becoming a great teacher. And what makes you a great teacher, what makes you a great voice for the authentic self, is that you've been through it. When you speak from experience. It's not from some book or some what do they call these like workshops. It's from experience. There's some things you can't learn from a book or from a speech or from a stupid workshop, okay? These are things you learn from life experience. And you're called to share those things or use those things to help others. And that's part of what makes you so powerful, is your ability to translate this for others. And for some of you, you walking your walk is extremely powerful. I feel hermit energy here. Like the path of the hermit. You're either on it, you've been on it. The path of the hermit is really about this intense pathway within and walking that shit and feeling that shit and going into shadow and really taking time to kind of like deal with the muck there. It is not for the weak of heart. It is the path of champions. It is the path of those who are unafraid to take the path less walked. And I feel like for you guys, part of what makes you really powerful is the fact that you may have lost people along this path, and you have gotten to a place where you're okay with that. You've let go of people that you didn't think you could let go of. You let go of situations that you did not think you could let go of. And I think you went through a time of real grief, real sorrow, real despair. You went to several funerals, if you will, for the living. We have reciprocity, Charon. It's been tough. You haven't received a lot back from people to the point where you don't expect good things. The good things no longer validate you. You are self-validated. Boy, howdy, that's extremely powerful. That is intimidating. And you got to say, this right here is intimidating. I mean, with the little sticky stick there, pretty intimidating, okay? We have mystery, the Kraken. I feel like you keep a lot of stuff to yourself. This mystery, the way you don't talk to people, the way you don't tell people a lot of what's going on with you, the way this orphan child doesn't spill the beans very often. They don't connect deeply very often. This hermit chooses very carefully who they give their energy to. Because you're a powerhouse and you know it. And you know when you connect with somebody, it's extremely powerful. And sometimes you connect with someone and you have to disconnect for whatever reason. And the thing is, you move through the grief of the loss very quickly. And some people say that's ruthlessness, but it's not. It's just that you process things more quickly because you're at a different place. You've lost people that you deeply loved, and they're still alive, but you've mourned them. And once you've done this with several people outside of you a lot of times can't understand it because it takes a strength that few people understand, people can relate to. It's a different way of being. We have Persephone, the journey. And one more. We have Celia, resilience. I feel like no matter what is put in front of you, you still rise. No matter the craziness, no matter the aloneness, no matter the neglect, no matter the challenges, no matter what you are faced with, you still rise. You have mourned so many. And because of that, you know yourself so well. Your connection with the divine, with your spirits, is intense. And you have so much wisdom to share. But at times, you also get tired. And just like everyone else, you run into this energy of, sometimes you doubt. I don't blame you. Being alone in itself can bring a kind of doubt, you know, because you don't have any feedback. and you're self-validated. So where does your energy come? Where does your validation come? From spirit. And sometimes spirit doesn't validate. It doesn't. Sometimes it just says, move in faith. And you've had to strengthen your faith. And for some of you, your faith is extremely strong because your faith has come through. So you're a powerhouse of faith, resilience, and there is a focus of ambition. Because you know now that you can get there because you've come so far. But your ambitions aren't like American Psycho. Your ambitions are much deeper. They're more meaningful. They have purpose. They have vision. They matter. Okay, I'm going to get 3 cards. I have to look at them, though, because they may have inappropriate boobies on them, babies. So let's take these 3 cards first. We have the 5 of Pentacles. And this is teaches all liberal sciences, gives an account of souls that died in sin. We have Beelzebub, the moon, makes manifest the apparitions of demons, set demons upon men to destroy them with vices. We have King of Cups, Al-Osir, and teaches astronomy and liberal arts, brings good familiars. I think you have the ability to influence people. And I feel like you haven't used that enough in your life. You have this gift to use, and you can use it not just in petty ways, but in higher level ways. And using it for self-gain isn't necessarily a bad thing, okay? You're allowed to use your gifts and abilities to help you eat, okay? To keep food on the table and keep a roof over your head, okay? This thing about you shouldn't use your abilities for selfish gain. Well, is it selfish to keep yourself fed while you're working your higher purpose or whatever you want to call it? I think so. I think that's okay. I think it's okay for you to expect spirit to help you, the universe, whatever God, whatever you believe in, to help you while you're doing your work. Okay. And I feel like there is with this 5 of Pentacles here. I just feel like there's been a lot of feelings for you of like guilt, of like lack, of like you did something wrong. Somehow the fault is with you, and that is just not true. You know, I think the one thing with you that's going on, and maybe kind of one of the last gates to your like the root of your true power, is that there's still some programming around your worth, your voice, guilt, shame, fault, blame. And these are lies. These aren't true. It's not true what you're telling yourself, what you're hearing. And your spirits are gathering today because they want you to know this is not true. These voices, these feelings you're having, this is old programming that needs to be cleared from things you've been through. And I got to tell you, they're deeply seated, okay? And you have the ability to clear this out. But you got to recognize it first, okay? Because you're so powerful. You're being brought back to this energy right here, okay? Child orphan. The fact that you have survived what you have been through is a miracle. Hear me again. The fact that you have survived what you have been through is a miracle. You are miraculous. You are a miraculous being, okay? Own that. Don't allow the people in your past who hurt and traumatized you to keep you in old paradigms of thinking, because it keeps them in your life. You can let them go, no contact. You can remove all the things that remind you of them. But if they're still in your head, they're still in your life. And if you need counseling or help with that, please go seek it. I'm just a woman with a gift and I'm sharing it with you. Okay, I'm just a radio. That's it. We have the King of Cups here. And I feel like there is an energy of a master healer with this King of Cups, okay? And this is not gender, it's energy. It is the flip side of a child orphan, okay? It's a king. It's a king over a kingdom. Child orphan, no family, no body, all alone. A king is never alone. You know the stories about kings. They're never alone. Someone eats their food for them to make sure they're not being poisoned. You know, I don't feel a bad king here. I feel a very balanced, mystical, teaching king. One who cares. One who is open to change and revolution. One that is open to sharing their journey of how they were made and forced to be a champion by circumstances in their life. It makes you incredibly powerful. And many of you need to recognize the champion within you. You need to reflect on where you've been so you can recognize where you are. Because where you are is impressive. It truly is. And ultimately, you have to know that you are not alone. You are supported by the universe. Have faith in your journey. Have faith in the walk you've already had that's brought you here today. All right? Okay, group 2, that's what I received for you. I really enjoyed doing this reading. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys. Hey, Group 3, all of you that selected Return of the Living Dead Part 2, this is going to be your reading reminding you of how you are so powerful. All right, so keep in mind this is a general reading, it's a general session, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. All righty? Okay, so let's get started here. Let's find out why you are so powerful by Group 3. Well, you're a badass. That's part of it. You're a badass, but you probably know that, right? You probably know that. Let's see. Tell me about my Group 3. Tell me about my Group 3. How are they so powerful? Okay, we have the sun. Look at that sun. It'll burn the fuck right out of you. It'll burn the fuck right out of you guys. So it's this guy, he's melting from the sun, man. He's on fire from the sun. I know he's, a zombie, but you get what I'm saying. Like, you're on fire. Now, this one dropped out too, and it is the moon. Dude, you got the moon and the sun. You are balanced in your energies. You may be drawn to Group 1. You are the moon and you are the sun. Ooh, that's power, man. That is power. Y'all, I got to get one more. I feel like I need one more from this this deck here? Tell me more about my group 3. I feel like some chaos peeking through. These two, okay. Alrighty, we have Wheel of Fortune. Dude. Dude, that's a Wheel of Fortune if I ever saw one. Okay, and then we have the Tower. Dun dun dun. You have no fucking problem causing a problem. Like, it's not an issue. It's a non-issue for you to like step up. Like, you can do it all day, every day. It doesn't matter to you. We can do it the easy way or the hard way. Doesn't matter. Don't care. But we're going to do it one way or another. And that's the way it is. And, you know, it's it's interesting because I feel like, you know, this is a pretty vicious like Wheel of Fortune card. You know, it's pretty like, woo, it's out there, you know. Um and I feel like you are people's karma. So, you know, this is a vicious wheel, and I believe that you guys are people's karma. And I feel like that's why you don't have trouble like getting in people's face. You don't have trouble standing up for what you think is right. I think you catch people off guard. This sun is intense. There is some like being attacked here. Like like you have no problem, and you. Some people don't see you coming, although how could they not? But for some of you, they don't see you coming. But there's more about this moon to come. Because there's a deeper layer to you. Some of you guys are like into the occult. You're like occultists. Let's see, we have boogeyman and friendship. I feel like there is just a ferocity with group 3. And when you get on this person's bad side, you like when people get on your bad side, I feel like you are relentless. But I do feel like you make powerful connections. Like your friends are friends to the end kind of friends. And that's wonderful. You know, I think that's why you're so fierce. It's because if someone messes with one of your friends or something like that, you're like, oh no. Oh, no, 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 no. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. And you're just a badass. You're powerful because you're a badass, okay? And you will spin this wheel of fortune for someone if they fuck with you or someone you love. And that's just the way it is. And it is personal. It is personal, bitch. It's personal. Don't touch what's mine. Don't make it cry. Don't steal from it. Whatever it is, just don't fuck with me and we'll be fine. But if you fuck with me, I'm going to throw you out the church. Because this is a church. I'm going to throw you out the church and I'm going to put you on the wheel. I'm going to throw you down the hill. Okay? That's just the way it is. It's personal. It's always personal. But the sun for you is piping hot all the time. We have depth. And there's the moon. See, here's the thing. I think there is a side to you that few people get, okay? And it is a well, a void, if you will. And that's why I say some of you guys may be into the occult, like magical practices and things. You may be drawn to group 3. I haven't done that one yet, but the card for that one is Haxan. So, but I feel this like well of depth, of deep connection to something fierce. and raging. It may be left-handed, it may be underworld, it may be a fierce ancestor that rages in your blood, okay? But whatever it is, it gives you this presence of, you don't want to fuck with me. I'm just not the one. I'm sorry. Not really. I'm not fucking sorry, actually. You aren't sorry. Uh, you just say, fuck it, kind of thing. We have the underworld, Hades. And there we go. We have fear. People are scared of you. Do you know that? That's part of your power. Is to scare the fuck out of people. Either with your presence or your practice. For some of you, your practice scares the fuck out of people. Congratulations. You have scared the fuck out of people. Good for you. Those people should be scared of you. Okay. Either through how you are every day, or through your magic or manifestation or connections, or however this is. They should be. Okay. The people who aren't afraid of you shouldn't be afraid of you. They align with you. Okay. I feel like there are some bad energies that really get intimidated by you. Way to go. Way to go. Keep going. Keep moving. We need people like this in the world. They're necessary. Right? Tell me more about my group 3. My badass of group 3. We have Aricia Gal. I probably said that wrong. Coercion. She came out in group 1. Okay? So you may be called to group 1. All right? Underworld Goddess. And we have Hades here. So for me, I'm feeling divine counterpart energy, infernal, underworld energy. So you may be aligned with infernal energies. Because we have this blazing sun here. We have this red energy in this church. It feels infernal the more I connect with this, okay? And that's probably why they're scared of you, especially if you work with infernal energy, okay? It's energy. People are so terrified of it. They don't understand it. It's because they don't understand it because they've been told one thing. But that's not what this reading's about. All right. So you scare people. I also feel like some people might really like that. Because some of you may be hot, hot, hot. And not just in the infernal way, okay? But, take what resonates here. We're really focusing on the powerhouse that you are in your, you don't take no kind of shit from nobody. Okay. We have Fate, Fortuna. Oh. That feels like energy coming in. We have Desperation. And we have Atonement. I'm going to say it. I feel like people, you guys, some of you have people who are desperate to get into your energy. They want to be in your energy, if you get what I'm saying. They really, really like you. And it has to do with the fact that you don't really seem to need anyone, but you want people, right? I'm feeling a lot of independence here. And I feel like you're independent to the degree that you only want the right person and you only want the right people. And if they don't magically appear, There's that infernal energy. If they don't magically appear, then fuck it. Because either your spirits, your ancestors, are going to bring them to you or they're not. Either you're following your fucking path or you're not. And if you're not, you're going to know because you're going to get knocked back in line, so to speak. So you're all about the journey. You're all about doing the thing. And the rest will align. You're very much in a balanced energy of divine feminine, divine masculine energy, underworld feeling, infernal feeling, but it doesn't have to be infernal. It just feels that way to me. I feel like you could surf the river of Styx and not get burned. Whether that be you have infernal energy or underworld energy doesn't fucking matter, right? Doesn't matter. And I feel like with fate here, that leads me back to this karma energy. I feel like you serve karma on a platter to people. And I think sometimes it fucks people up. I think sometimes you get in people's heads and you don't mean to, well, sometimes, but you don't mean to for the most part. I feel like sometimes you just take someone by surprise. But the thing is that when people mess you over, you're not the kind of person that's like, oh, I'm just going to ghost them. Or, oh, we're not going to talk about it. No, you're like, hey, you did this to me. And me and you, we're going to talk about it. We're going to straight up, like, you are a confronter. You are a discusser. And if that don't work, we can go out back. Because you're going to see what you did. You're going to know you did it to me. And you ain't ever going to do that shit again. I guarantee you. This group is like fighting energy, but on fire. Like, I feel almost like seraphim type energy. Like, I don't know if you guys have connected with like these angels, but angels are chaotic. They're like wild and like nothing like, like what you were told. Like they have a consciousness that is just woo, and their presence is like super powerful. So and I feel that here. Now it may not be angelic, it may be something else that you know about. Okay, it can be infernal as well. Tipped a different perspective on that kind of seraphim energy, if you will. However you slice it, you are connected deeply to like I'm seeing a cord, a tunnel, a portal of this divine power that fuels this very powerful confronting energy. You are not afraid to like be a little adversarial. You're not afraid to do that because ultimately that's like what you're here to do. What you're here to do is to point it out, to say what it is, to activate people. And it's almost like you made peace with it. And you're like, okay, well, fuck it. If this is my job, if this is what I'm here to do, let's rage then. Let's do that shit. I am not going to go half-ass it. We're going to go all in. You're meant to go all in. Okay? You're meant to do that. And I feel like you are intimidating as fuck. Okay? You are super intimidating when you're in this energy. And I feel like there are people actively in your life who are afraid of you. And you may have friends who are afraid of you. Okay? If you do magic, people are afraid of you. Okay? I'll tell you that right now. Now, for the others, you'll have some people who are afraid of you. It just depends on how you present this presence, okay? How you present this energy, okay? So just take what resonates here. Let's get some more cards. Tell me more about my group 3. Tell me more. There are people who simp for you. That's what I'm hearing. We have the Emperor. I'm not taking any reversals. We have the Emperor. We have the 3 of Cups. We have the devil. That's funny. We have we have the Queen of Cups. We have the Ten of Pentacles. The bottom of the deck is the Knight of Swords. That's the aggressive sword energy, okay? I don't want to put it there. Let's just take it out. We'll put it here. There's the aggression. There's that aggression energy. Oh, yeah. You know, there's your hot, on fire hot. You're sensual. People are attracted to you, but you're also deeply connected to this spiritual self, this magical self. Okay. But you're not afraid to cause a problem. You often are the problem child, and that's okay. I think one of your powers, if you will, is that you have the ability to catch the eye of a group. You have the ability to kind of like shift a group's perspective. This may be something you do in business. This may be something you do like online. It may be something you do with writing or music or etc. or in friendships or family, okay? But it feels like you have this ability to shift people's perspective, okay? And also people pay attention to you because you aggressively pursue things. Like when you want something, you put your back into it. Like you work hard for it and you pursue it. Sometimes it appears that you're ruthless and a bit heartless, but you're not heartless and you're really not ruthless. It's just like no one's going to get in my fucking way. And you're not sorry. It's like there is this energy about you that is over being sorry for anything you do. And I got to tell you, when you get there, when you live in that energy, you are so powerful. There is so much you can do with that. So let me move you guys a little bit. You see a little better. Okay. I got to tell you, the way you look may intimidate people, okay? Especially with this devil card, okay? You may intimidate people with the way you look. You may have a darker presence, like the way you present yourself may be darker, or you may be extremely hot, like sexy, like mysterious, sexy kind of energy, femme fatale energy, bad boy energy. Or you may be a little witchy or unusual in the way you appear, okay? But you may be an Aries as well, or a Capricorn. I'm feeling Pisces energy. I do feel like people talk about you. You keep people talking. You keep people guessing. Because often you are the one that confronts people. Of course, people talk about you. You confront people. You stand up to people. You speak your mind. Woo, when you speak your mind, people listen. And it feels like sometimes that triggers people. And there's a part of you that has like accepted that you trigger people. Like you trigger people often. And that's kind of like what you're here to do. So you do the do. And it's okay. It's okay that it has worked out that way for you. Because there's a lot of power here. There's a lot of presence here. There's also a lot of, you're just not afraid to confront people. You're not afraid to be the problem child. And sometimes we need people like that. So go you. Go you, group 3. Go you. All right, group 2. That's what I received for you. I hope this was a enjoyable reading because I enjoyed doing this reading for you. So if this was enjoyable and this resonated, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. If you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys. Hey, group 4, all of you that selected Witchcraft Through the Ages, this is the Haxan card. This is going to be your reading, reminding you of how powerful you really are. So we're going to find out how powerful you really are. Now, I want to let you know that the goddess Hecate, this is her group. Okay, so she has a message for those of you who resonate with her energy. All right, she had me do this group, so I just wanted you guys to know that straight up. So we're going to get a message from Hecate about how powerful you really are, and to help you at this time. Okay, oops, I'm dropping her cards. Okay, this is the Hecatean Oracle deck. Hecatean Oracle deck. Okay. People say it differently. All right. Yeah, I feel her presence. All right. Get 3 cards from this deck. We're going to go 1. Companionship. I don't know why, but this reminds me of witches riding broomsticks. You can see they're kind of in the air and they have sticks, which are really torches, but that's how my psychic sight is seeing them. We have defeat. Lots of fiery energy here. And we have transition, soul guide. There's been quite a bit of loss here for my group 4. Quite a bit of loss. We're going to take the top card again. Stability. What card wants to come out? These 2. Okay. We have journey and secrets. Nitaria of the night, the path journey. So things are unlocking for you. They're going to lead you to a deeper sense of personal power. Okay. You are transitioning from a time where you have felt a lot of defeat. People have let you down. Secrets have been revealed. They may continue to be revealed. These secrets will loosen up the pathways of your journey. They will make the journey, the way will be made broad instead of constricted. Boulders on your path are being removed, and you will experience more stability because you are now aware of the hidden things on your journey, and they have been removed. This feels very painful, okay? So some of you may not have been feeling super empowered. You may have been feeling a real sense of disempowerment, kind of working through it, through your magic, through your connection to Hecate, okay? And you may have been brought through shadow work, or some kind of personal inner work here, through the path of dark, through the path of shadow. And so a lot of times we see our own toxicity on those pathways. We see others, and many times there's a parting of ways. There's a feeling of disappointment, maybe not parting of ways, but a feeling of disappointment. And there's a grieving process when we find out secrets we didn't know, when we see people that we love in a different light. And we have to decide if we can love those people and accept those people as they are, or if what we've seen is too much and we must let go. It's a difficult path, it's a difficult journey, it's a clearing away. And you may not see how this path has made you stronger, because you may be feeling more alone in the world now than you ever have, because of not only your own personal struggle at home or in your family or in your personal self, but also your career. Your career, you may be struggling with money. Then we go to the outer world, and the outer world is just pure chaos on tap every day. So there's an overwhelming feeling for group 4 of just too much defeat, too much chaos, too much, okay? Knowing that we are powerful witches connected to powerful magical people, connected to a magical current. Many of you are children or daughters or part of the Hecatian pathway. You honor her as your matron or a guide or a teacher, okay? Whew, and it just feels like you can't get no motion in your ocean, right? You don't see the massive clearing that you've done and are doing. You don't have the ability to pull out right now and see, a 50,000 foot vision of what's going on from a distance. And understand that. Understand that you don't have that ability right now, okay? But there is a bigger picture at play. And you are far more powerful than you give yourself credit for. Because I'm going to tell you something. And Hecate wants you to know this. This is your magic manifesting. Hear me again. I'm going to say it again. This is your magic manifesting. Why all the chaos? Why? I hear why? Because in order to get you to that thing you want, that big thing you're trying to manifest, you want to manifest, you got to clear the way. You got to clear your energy. It can't come in the way things were. We got to change things. We got to change your frequency. We got to change your environment. We got to change the people in your life. The universe has to move some shit around. And that's what's going on. Moving shit around. No one said casting real magic is easy. Don't expect it to be like a wish and a prayer and a hope. When you cast real magic, real shit's going to happen. And a lot of times that real shit takes place inside. The real shit takes place inside. And then it manifests outwardly. And it can feel really uncomfortable. And when you're going through this, you don't feel powerful. Sometimes you feel like, what the fuck? I just wanted a raise at my job. I didn't want to go through all this. Well, maybe it's just going to take a lot. Maybe you're not going to get a raise where you are. Maybe you have to be moved to someplace else. Maybe you got to start your own business. Maybe what you asked for isn't available the way you want it to be. So, Hecate has to make some other shit happen. It's magic, babe. It's magic, baby doll. It's magic. You are in the realm of magic, and it works how it works. And it is chaotic sometimes. It is shadow work. it's icky, it's messy, it's icky. Okay? And then one day you're going to wake up and shit feels weird. Shit feels weird, you feel weird, the world feels very weird, and you're just like, everything is off. I don't know what it is. That is your magic about to pop off. That's when the good parts start to try to manifest. Starting to try to manifest. It's a beautiful thing. So understand that, okay? So you're way more powerful than you think you are. You made this shit happen. Like, look around. Just take a moment, look in your life. And I know you're probably like, Auntie Amy, my life is shit. Well, look at the growth. Just look at how all the questions you have. Look at all the stuff you're sitting with right now, the awarenesses. That's from your magic, babe. Don't discount this goddess. Don't you ever discount her. She is magic personified. She is the vibration of magic, babe. And when you go to her, shit's going to happen. Yeah, it is. You asked for it. You got it, babe. And things are going to move for you. Because you're powerful. At some point, you owned yourself as a magical witch. And here you are. So no holding back. Some of you guys may have said, don't hold me, no holding back. Move it all. Blockbuster. Blockbuster. Road opener. Road opener. Open the fucking road. You guys might have a jar. You might have a Blockbuster jar or a road opener jar or whatever. The road's opening. It's getting cleared. What do you think you're doing? Okay, the first card we have is Failure's Muse. You might feel like you're failing. You might feel like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. This is too hard. That's okay. It's okay for you to feel like it's too hard, okay? It's okay. You are divinely supported. And nothing has gone wrong. Nothing has gone wrong, okay? You're right where you should be. Asking the questions you should ask. Reflecting. Nothing, not one thing has gone wrong, okay? You're not a failure. You haven't failed. Listen, this is what true failure looks like, okay? I know because I've seen it, okay? True failure is when something bad happens and you allow that bad thing to freeze you in life and you never, ever, ever, ever let go of it. You are never able to get over it or recover. That is failure. Now you're not a failure. You're moving through this. You're healing. You're asking questions. You're seeking. You're not a failure. You're growing. You're healing. You're purging. You're releasing. And you're doing it all during a very difficult time. Let's push on through this failure energy. You're going to have to release this defeat and failure energy. You're going to have to release it. Transmute that shit. Okay, I understand some of the secrets being revealed, some of the unknown things can make you feel overwhelmed and defeated. Because some of it's painful. I know. But it's not over. Okay? It's a new beginning. It's a new start. It gives you a new chance in life. The trailblazer. Bitch! You're a trailblazer. Okay? You're not no failure's muse. You're not meant to stay there. You're meant to blaze a trail into the wild unknown. Because you are that bitch. And you understand your connection with spirit. You understand your connection with Hecate. And after this, through this, you are going to understand the root of your power. and the intense connection you have with her. This journey is powerful, and it is lighted and guided by the moon, by Luna. Okay? Spend some time in moon energy for me. We have Psyche. Look at her with her butterflies in the globe, in the orb. Trust the intuitive hits that you get. Trust your gut. You got to trust yourself more. Some of you guys are getting direct messages from Hecate, and y'all don't do them. And they're safe, consensual kind of thing. And you don't do them. Because you're like, why would I need to go get a seashell? Why would I need to go do that? That seems stupid. No, it's not. Don't discount this goddess. Don't discount what she's asking you to do. You don't have to understand it as long as it's safe. She's not going to ask you to do anything crazy or illegal or not consensual. Okay? Don't be ridiculous. She's going to ask you to do things that might be outside your comfort zone. Like, go get some dirt from like a plant, or plant something, or get a seashell, or get a jar, start a jar. She may have you make jars, or she may have you do a ritual that you've never done before, or read a book. And you may be like, why would she ask? Don't ask why. You'll figure it out. It'll come to you. One inspiration from this goddess leads to another. But when you discount her, if you discount her enough, she will not do it anymore. That's part of being guided by her. That's part of being a student of Hecate. Oh man, your auntie. Okay. That's part of being a student of Hecate. All right. Is following her guidance, doing what she tells you to do. You got to know her voice. You want to hear her voice? Know her. Work with her. It doesn't mean you have to get an altarpiece. It doesn't mean you have to get all the fancy things. Real crafting all started, with what was available at the time, which was dirt and rocks and sticks and herbs and fruit and water and the sun and the moon and whatever from nature. That's where you start if you don't have anything. Draw her pictures, draw her sigil, and draw her symbols. Connect with her. She is magic. Connect with her frequency, the songstress. Ooh. There are words yet for you to speak. There is a creative expression coming forward with this trailblazing energy. You are meant to be heard. You're meant to be out there, okay? There is a manifestation coming on the other side of this, but you have to listen and follow her guidance. You have to listen, okay, and let her come through. Let her energy begin to filter into your life in a powerful way. Once you do this, you're going to find that your movements come with more presence. And your magic transforms because she will literally channel through you when you're doing crafting, when you're doing spell work, when you are working with your herbs, when you're working with your cards, when you're working with your elements, when you're working with candles, when you're working with whatever is magical to you. If you don't have a magical element or craft, she will help you with that, okay? Here's the thing about Hecate. You don't have to have her as your matron to work with her, okay? She can be a guide or a teacher. Just honor her and always respect her, okay? For she is great and mighty, and we're honored to have her presence, okay? All right, let's get a few more cards here. What else do we need to know? Your voice is your sovereignty. Okay, your voice is your sovereignty. And once you get going as a trailblazer, understand that people will get in your way. They won't like what you have to say. And your power is in your presence, your speech, your expression, how you present yourself, how you present your art, your business, whatever your expression is in the world. And always trust your gut, okay? Do not linger on the failures, okay? The failures are not failures, they are learning experiences. They're meant to help us course correct, nothing more. We have loss here with Baba Yaga. I understand there is fear of loss, okay? There's fear that you are going to attain something and not be able to sustain it, okay? That is where your faith in what you're doing and your faith and your connections to the God forms, to Hecate, to yourself, to the universe, to the good comes into play. It's part of your journey, okay? And here's the thing. You have to go there and think, what if I do lose? And what are you going to do? Get up and start over again. It's part of your journey. So a loss isn't a loss. It's a time to course correct. It's a learning experience. We're here to experience empowerment. Sekhmet. This is a pathway to full-on magical self-empowerment. This is your ability to absolutely know that, first of all, you are a powerful, magical, creative manifester, okay? And you're a magical being in the world. And your connection to Hecate is real. She's real. She is magic. And you're going to be validated because you're going to see yourself come out of this energy and things begin to manifest for you. And it's going to help empower you in a way that's going to help light you up to blaze the trail, okay? On this journey, you're going to have to face your fears of loss, okay? You will be confronted with this fear. It's around money, this fear of loss on a consistent basis, because you will receive beautiful things on this journey. And I think for a lot of you, you will immediately start to think, what if I can't sustain it? What if they go away? What if I lose it? And you're meant to overcome this. You're meant to heal it. It feels like a generational pattern, a curse, a generational, it could be poverty, just something around money and resources that's going to come up through this journey of you blazing the trail and attaining some of your goals. You're going to become very empowered. Deliverance. There's going to be deliverance from this loss. There's going to be deliverance from this lack, okay? But it is a process. So you're going to have moments of time when Hecate, you'll have money and you'll be asked to buy something and you may hesitate. When you're hesitating, even though you have the money, when you hesitate, understand that's when you're dancing with the loss. That's when you're dancing with the loss. And you'll have your spirits, Hecate, who will be there to help you understand that this is an action of faith. This is a healing action of you facing the loss and knowing the universe, your guides, your magic is going to manifest more for you. There's more coming. But if you hold on for fear of loss, the universe has a hard time giving. It has a hard time giving to you, and you can't receive it because you're in a loss stance, not a receiving stance. It's very important. There's a lot of empowerment for you, okay? A lot of empowerment now and forthcoming. Yes? We have obsession. And, I feel like this really is about your power. And this almost, it's almost like a transmuting of this lost energy. And I feel like it will magnetize your energy with the trailblazer, okay? And I'm reading this obsession energy as magnetizing energy towards you. Attraction. Like if you've casted any attraction energy on you, you're going to see it manifest. You're going to see more people noticing you, more people being kind to you, more people wanting to give to you in powerful ways. And I feel like for some of you, even though you may have casted on this, I feel like it may surprise you. But understand this is your magic manifesting. This is Hecate being present in your life and bringing you good things. Okay. All right. Is this deck up? No, okay. All right. We have a few cards that came out. We have the Eight of Cups. We have the Eight of Swords, 88. Important number here. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Magician. This is something you've manifested, okay? Where you cannot see the way, a way is going to be made for you. It's going to be very healing, okay? There is going to be a time of reflection and connection, all right? Probably going to have some past life memories as well. You may have people from past life show up for you in ways that may surprise you. Tell me more about the Six of Cups. You are the magician. You are the master manifester. You are the witch. This is your magic manifesting. And what's going to happen is that some weird energy is going to manifest, and all of a sudden, boom, there's going to be a situation that you have not been able to see your way out of, and immediately you're just going to be like, oh, I can do this. It's imperfect, but I can work it that way. I can do it that way. And it's going to put you on a very healing path where you'll meet people who are helpful from past lives, okay? And it may be people in your life already. You just haven't seen them in this way before. Okay, give me some more energy here. Okay, we have the Three of Swords. Tell me about the Three of Swords. Tell me about the Three of Swords. We have the Seven of Swords. Tell me more. We have the Four of Cups. So this healing journey is ultimately about this Three of Swords and the Seven of Swords. The lying, the cheating, the manipulation that has gone on in your life with these disappointing and failed connections. It has made you feel like, well, people haven't been there for you, okay? People have lied and cheated and misguided you. And a lot of times it's by surprise that this happens. It takes you by surprise. And it taught you that you couldn't trust yourself. It disempowered you in a major way. For a lot of you, this is part of what you've been going through. And, you know, this is hard, okay? Because this is betrayal. This is absolute betrayal. You've been betrayed in a major way. And this is part of your healing journey. This is part of what you're clearing. And you haven't been able to see your way out of this betrayal. I'm sorry. This feels so hurtful. It just feels so hurtful. And for some of you, it's happened over and over. Okay. And you can't help but think about it. You can't help but have regrets or whatnot and think about what happened and how it could have been different. And I feel like also many surprises here by it, like learning secrets here. Secrets you didn't want to know, and once you knew them, you were like, God, Some of you were revolted by it. I feel the revulsion here. We have the Hangman and Temperance. And, you know, I feel this healing energy around you, okay? The healing is coming through. And I think this Four Cups really is kind of the bridge to it. You know, moving out of despair, moving out of the defeat and failure energy, failure in relationships, failure in career, failure personally, professionally, in the world. And I feel this energy with the Four of Cups as we're kind of healing this and working on it and all that. We shift into this state of being more in neutral with the Hangman. It may start off as kind of a stagnant energy and shift into a neutral energy with Temperance here. This divine healing that happens with the presence of Hecate. And, you know, I feel like the healing aspect has been with you the whole time, okay? But it feels like there's a huge shift and an intensity that comes as your energy begins to almost flip, as you are able to open your eyes and see the way out, the way through. Tell me about that. It's a revealing. With Death. There's a transformation that allows you to see and move on to a new path. See the truth about this, the things that have happened to you. It's not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of other people. The insecurities they have, the need for external validation at any cost, at any cost. This transformation is going to help empower you. It's going to change your perspective on what you've been through and help you understand that sometimes you can't be friends with people who have done this to you. This level of betrayal is the kind of level where you don't want them around once you really, really come to terms with what they've done. Because for a lot of you, you haven't. You haven't fully faced what they did to you or what many people did because it's so painful. But it's important that you do, okay? And if you need counseling or help, please get it. I'm just a woman with a gift and I'm sharing it with you, okay? You are very powerful in the world. Your magic is very powerful. Your presence is very powerful. You are powerful. You're connected deeply with Hecate. She's the one that said we're going to do a number 4 today. I don't usually do group 4s, but I will for her. I will for any goddess or god or spirit that I work with that comes to me and tells me specifically that, okay? That's how powerful you are. That's how connected you are. And she wants you to remember how powerful you are. And understand that you can choose to turn this around. You can choose to see your power through your connection with her. It's time to spend some time in her energy. You don't have to do any, in fact, I encourage you to not do any spell work, okay? Get in her energy and stay there for a while. Connect with her. Allow her and ask her to show you your power. Feel it. Allow yourself to be empowered by who you really are. And the rest of this will follow. And you will see truths you need to see about yourself and other people. Your journey, your path will open up for you. And you will move with a stealth-like elegance. And things will begin to happen for you. It will be a beautiful thing. You're very powerful. All right. You are a trailblazer. All right, group 4, that's what I received for you. I really enjoyed doing this reading. I hope you enjoyed it too. If you did, please leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I will see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys.